You lose power the moment you assume everything is about you. One look, one tone, one comment, and your entire day is hijacked. Your focus is gone, your peace is shattered, and your decisions become reactive instead of strategic. You might call it sensitivity. You might say you're empathetic, that you care what people think. But that's not what this is. This is external control. This is giving strangers access to your inner world. This is letting other people's chaos dictate your emotional state. If their mood can move your mind, you are not free. Taking things personally is how we give strangers the steering wheel to our own lives. But tonight, you're going to learn the mental reframe that breaks this spell. A reframe that turns you from fragile to untouchable, instantly. Here it is. Most of what other people do is a reflection of them, not a verdict on you. Your mind treats social signals as survival data. A cold tone registers as rejection. A dismissive gesture feels like an attack. This is because your brain evolved to care deeply about what the tribe thinks. Being cast out meant death. But here's what your brain doesn't understand in the modern world. Your interpretation is not the truth. The story you tell yourself about what someone's behavior means is just a story. And most of the time, it's wrong. They didn't respond to your message. You tell yourself they're ignoring you, they don't like you, you did something wrong. But the truth? Their phone died. They're overwhelmed with work. They simply forgot. It has nothing to do with you. Your goal is not to be liked by everyone. Your goal is to be unshakable. To have an inner world so defended, so sovereign, that other people's moods can't infiltrate it without your permission. You don't control what they project. You control what you absorb. Before you can stop taking things personally, you need to understand why it feels so automatic. It comes down to 3 cognitive distortions your brain runs on autopilot. First is the ego threat. Your brain treats disrespect as if it were a physical danger. When someone dismisses you or criticizes you, your amygdala fires the same alarm it would for a physical threat. Your body floods with cortisol, your heart rate spikes, you go into fight or flight. That's why disrespect feels so visceral. It's not just hurt feelings, it's your nervous system screaming that you're under attack. The second mechanism is mind reading. You assume you know exactly what they're thinking. Someone gives you a funny look, and you immediately construct an entire narrative. They think I'm incompetent. They don't respect me. They're judging me. But you're just guessing. You're filling in the blanks with your own worst fears and then punishing yourself for thoughts they probably never even had. The third mechanism is personalization. You assume their behavior is caused by you. Your boss is in a bad mood, and you immediately think, I must have done something wrong. Your friend seems distant, and you think, they must be mad at me. But most of the time, your boss is stressed about numbers, and your friend is dealing with family issues. It was never about you. Your mind isn't seeking truth, it's seeking certainty. And when it doesn't have data, it fills the gap with a story, usually the one that makes you feel the worst. The good news is, once you see these patterns, you can interrupt them. You have to learn to categorize disrespect so you can choose your response instead of just reacting. There are 3 categories. First category, they're stress. They're overloaded, overwhelmed, and you just happen to be in the blast radius. Their tone is short, their response is curt. This isn't about you, you're just collateral damage. The response? You don't take it personally because it's not personal. You give them space or you ask if they're okay. You don't absorb their mood. Second category, their strategy. They want dominance. They want a reaction. They're testing you to see if they can control your emotional state. The comment is calculated. The tone is deliberate. This is manipulation. If you get defensive or emotional, you've given them exactly what they wanted. The response? You don't engage. You don't defend. You stay calm and set a boundary if needed, but you don't give them the emotional reaction they're fishing for. Third category, your boundary. They've crossed a real standard. This isn't stress and it's not a strategy. It's a legitimate violation that needs correction. The response? You address it. Calmly. Firmly. You name what happened and you state the standard. You're not making it about your worth, but you are enforcing a boundary because that's what strong individuals do. So, how do you do this in the moment? Here's a 6-step method I call SHIELD. It stands for stop, hypothesis, it's about them, evidence check, limit access, and decide your move. S is for stop. Just pause. 2 seconds of stillness between the trigger and your response. Someone says something that bothers you. Your instinct is to immediately defend yourself or prove them wrong. But if you react instantly, you are programmable. Anyone who knows your buttons can push them. So just pause. Breathe. 2 seconds of pause is dominance. It says, you don't control my emotional state. I choose my response. The pause is where your power lives. H is for hypothesis, not fact. Your interpretation, they hate me, they think I'm incompetent, is not reality. It's a story. Label it internally. This is a thought. This is my interpretation. I don't know if it's true. When you label a thought as a thought instead of accepting it as truth, you create distance. You move from they hate me to I'm having the thought that they hate me. That small shift is everything. I is for it's about them. This is your default assumption. Most people are not thinking about you as much as you think they are. They are managing their own pain, their own ego, their own insecurity. Their tone is about their day, not your worth. Remind yourself, this is their state, not my identity. E is for evidence check. Ask for proof. What do you actually know? Not your feelings, not your assumptions. Actual, hard evidence. What did they actually say or do? They didn't respond to my message for 3 hours. That's the fact. Everything else is interpretation. Then, ask yourself, what am I assuming? Name the story. And finally, what are 2 other possible explanations? They were busy. Their phone died. If you can generate other plausible explanations, your brain can't stay locked on the worst-case scenario. L is for limit access. This is about boundary enforcement. If someone is testing you, you don't argue. You set a standard. You can ask, what do you mean by that? This forces clarity. You can state, speak respectfully. This names the standard. Or you can declare a consequence. If you continue, I'm ending this conversation. Clear, calm, final. You're not matching their energy. You're setting the standard. And finally, D is for decide your move. You have 4 options: ignore, clarify, boundary, or exit. If it's just their stress, you can ignore it and move on. If you're genuinely confused, you can clarify. If they've crossed a line, you set a boundary. And if they don't respect that boundary, you exit. You end the conversation. You don't stay and take it. You don't react. You respond like a sovereign. You choose the response that serves your long-term goals, not the one that serves your immediate, fleeting emotion. By practicing this, you build a fortress around your mind, one where you decide what gets in. You become unshakable. Thanks for watching. If this helped, make sure to subscribe for more.